Yo, Joe. Talking comics, here's your host. It's A Real American Brian.
And we're back to get into some more G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero. Issue number 39. We get a beautiful Mike Zeck cover here of the Joes walking through the jungle in Sierra Gorda. Walk Through the Jungle. Written by Larry Hama, pencils by Rod Wiggum. Picking up where we left off with the Joes in Sierra Gorda, coming down the cliff face to rescue Dr. Burkhart. The Joes jump down onto the base, Roadblock takes out a couple guards, and Gung Ho takes out a couple more. The Joes are done with the easy part. Now they just have to get the doctor out of there. They prop up the knocked out guards, and then someone comes up with their coffee delivery. Gung Ho quickly knocks the new guard out, and the Joes scramble to catch the cups so they don't make any noise. Recondo is about the same size as the new guard, so he begins putting his uniform on and heading down the hatch. We see Burkhart and her captors think that she works for the CIA, and that is why G.I. Joe saved her in issue 1. They are going to use Truth Serum to get all the information they want out of her. The Joes above hear some fighting, and then they get a call from below. Everything is clear. Recondo has taken care of everyone and cut the doctor free. Now the Joes need to figure out how to get her out of the front gate covered by 2 machine guns. Billy has begun his ninja training with Storm Shadow, training his mind as well as his swordsmanship. Storm Shadow and Billy continue playing a mental game of chess as they leave his water tower hideout and head back to the street. Billy is able to win the game of chess. Burkhart gets a guard's uniform on, and her and the Joes head out posing as the guard relief, strolling out to their position. In the tower, they notice there is the wrong number of guards heading out to the gate and sound the alarm. Gung Ho blows up one of the machine gun nests for the Joes to hide in. They begin working on the lights, while the snipers in the tower are picking their targets. They have Stalker and Gung Ho in their sights. The Takaros pop up just in time, firing into the tower, giving Recondo and the Joes time to run for the gate. Gung Ho and Roadblock take out the other machine gun nest. The snipers in the tower begin aiming at the Takaros. The snipers pick off all 3 of the Takaros that came to rescue the Joes. As they turn to focus on the Joes again, Roadblock fires his 50 cal at the tower, and Gung Ho hits the supports to destroy the entire structure. The group all head off into the jungle. Back under Springfield, Cobra Commander is updated. They don't know where Billy or Storm Shadow are, but Tomax and Zaymont escaped with the CG that is instrumental to the New Orleans operation. Cobra Commander is going to head down and personally supervise it. The snipers in Sierra Gordo climb out of the wrecked tower. They are confronted by the doctor that has come to. The doctor orders them to chase them down and bring Burkhart back. The 2 snipers shoot the doctor and head off after the Joes. The Joes are stuck at a river they need to cross. They make plans to build a 2-rope bridge. Someone will have to swim across with a rope in their mouth to get them started. But it is going to take time. Stalker sends Recondo back along their path to cover them from anyone that may have followed. Ripcord crosses the river and Roadblock begins getting the timber they are going to need. The Joes finish getting the bridge together, and we learn important information on Roadblock's past. Apparently, he had to drop out of Boy Scouts because it was conflicting with his choir practice. Storm Shadow and Billy run into some street punks that want some money. Storm Shadow lets Billy handle the situation, and he does a great job of scaring them off with a look. As the Joes are crossing the rope bridge, they see Recondo returning with 2 sniper rifles. He follows the other Joes and drops the rifles into the river as an offering in honor of the Takaros. In the pit, Duke and Lady J are grilling Candy. They just can't believe she didn't know anything about her dad being a Crimson Guard. He had Cobra radios and equipment in the house, and an attic full of Cobra manuals. But what they really need to know is, why did he have maps, Coast Guard charts, and title reports for the Gulf Coast area? The Joes are almost to the border. Dr. Burkhart is having a hard time. She never intended for her actions to get so many people hurt. She wishes she hadn't been rescued at all. Stalker reminds the Joes that it isn't their job to expect everyone to agree with them. They are fighting for people to be able to form their own opinions. The Joes get on the plane, and Wild Bill and Cover Girl inform them they aren't heading back to the pit. They are making a stop in New Orleans. And that is issue 39, setting up some serious action in the Gulf, it seems. Billy learning to be a ninja. Burkhart is safe again. My favorite panel from this one is Storm Shadow. It's lesson on not fighting. You've just learned the most important lesson in martial arts, Billy. The more skills you acquire, the less you have to use it. The only rational purpose for mastering violence is to abolish it. This issue had a lot going on in the background of the rescue story, setting up many stories to come. I'm going to give it 3.5 flag points. Really looking forward to figuring out what is going on in the Gulf and what Cobra could be up to. That is issue 39. Now you know, and knowing is half the battle. Subscribe so you don't miss out on issue.
That was a real American Brian. And now you know, because knowing is half the Brian.